Yo guys, what is going on? It is Cynnnical from the Gamers Joint, and today I want to start off a brand new series discussing and talking about the possible worlds for Kingdom Hearts 3. The series is going to be titled The Worlds of Kingdom Hearts 3, and basically in these videos I'm going to speculate, talk about, and sort of pin my ideas on different worlds that I believe could possibly be added into Kingdom Hearts 3. The way I'm going to be doing this is, firstly, I'm going to be talking about the world history or the film event, so that if it's, worlds that have previously been in Kingdom Hearts 3, then I can discuss and talk about the different world history behind that world. If it's a new sort of world from a new film, then I could talk about the events that happen in that film and see how that could sort of work with the Kingdom Hearts universe. Second of all, I'm going to talk about the plot, talking about what's going to happen in this world, Sora's involvement with the different world events and stuff like that. Thirdly, I'm going to be talking about exploration, basically, what areas of that world we're going to be able to go to, the different, scenery that we're going to be able to see. And fourthly, I'm going to talk about the Keyblade that corresponds to that world. Hope you guys enjoyed this brand new series, and today I'm going to be kickstarting off with Destiny Islands. Okay, so let's talk about world history. I mean, Destiny Islands has such a vast and expansive history behind the world. It's the first world that we've really ever set foot on. It's got so much meaning behind the world, and so much has happened there. So first of all, we know that it is home to both Sora and Riku, not Kairi, because of course Kairi's homeworld is Hollow Bastion or Radiant Garden. So, the meaning for Destiny Islands is it's home to both Sora and Riku, and I suppose you could say Kairi because she sort of, moved from Radiant Garden to Destiny Islands when she was a kid. Of course, Sora and Riku and Kairi have actually returned to Destiny Islands since some of their bigger adventures, so I do believe that maybe we might be seeing Destiny Islands return, sort of thing. Also, another thing to note is that young Master Xehanort's, that's actually his home. Xehanort's home is actually Destiny Islands. If you guys didn't know that, we learn about this in Birth by Sleep, as well as Dream Drop Distance, I do believe. So maybe some sort of confliction or something's going to happen with Xehanort in maybe returning back to Destiny Islands and stuff like that. Of course, the world got swallowed up by darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1, but of course Sora restored the world in Kingdom Hearts 1 at the end of it, and of course, Kairi returned there and stuff like that. What's really interesting in Kingdom Hearts 2 is we learned that there is actually more areas in Destiny Islands. Of course, the major bigger island that is centered away from Destiny Islands itself, so that's another thing to keep in mind. So as far as the plot goes for Destiny Islands, I mean, there's a lot that can happen because there's so much meaning behind the world. So firstly, I want to talk about Xehanort, and like I mentioned before, Destiny Islands is actually home to Xehanort. This is where he grew up, and we know that somehow Xehanort left Destiny Islands to, of course, start training to become an apprentice, and then eventually become a master. Now, how he did this and how he left the island itself, we don't actually know yet. But we do know that, this is home to Xehanort. So possibly, maybe Xehanort is going to want to return to Destiny Islands at some point. Maybe something, he might have left some sort of thing that he might possibly need in order to have something to do with Kingdom Hearts. Maybe he left it back at Destiny Islands. Maybe he needs to possibly absorb the world's energy or something like that from Destiny Islands. But there's something that I believe could happen to, that sort of surrounds Xehanort and his involvement with Destiny Islands. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is his home world. Another thing that I do believe, as far as the plot goes, of course, Sora, this is his home world, as well as Riku. So, I think that at some point, we might possibly have to return to Destiny Islands, whether or not the worlds somehow all slumber into darkness. Maybe something happens where Sora and Riku are returned to Destiny Islands at one point in the game. Maybe they have to save the world from getting succumbed to darkness once again. I'm not really too sure. It's hard to really think about that sort of stuff. But in all honesty, I really do hope that Destiny Islands, becomes a world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, I've always wanted it to be a revisitable world in Kingdom Hearts, but that's really never happened. So it'd definitely be cool to, of course, see the world return in Kingdom Hearts 3. But as far as the plot goes, I do believe that it's going to have something to do with Sora having to, you know, forcefully return to Destiny Islands and stuff like that. As well as that, I think Xehanort's going to have a major involvement in Destiny Islands, as, you know, that is where he, that's where he grew up and stuff. And maybe there's some sort of importance behind his, you know, childhood years and stuff. Maybe he left something behind and he needs to retrieve it. And maybe Sora and Riku know about this lost item that he's trying to retrieve, and they make their way back. But of course, you know, Xehanort's there first, sort of thing. Some sort of confliction happens. Who really knows? There's a lot of different things that could happen at the islands themselves. So yeah. So the exploration of Destiny Islands. Some of you guys might be sitting there and you might be like, well, you know, Destiny Islands, it's like a world, but, you know, it's not very big. Of course, we really only have, what is it, like 4 different areas in Destiny Islands. We have the main beach and stuff, which is connected to the hidden area, the secret place, which is, of course, this little cave thing, and that's a very, very small area with, of course, that door there, which leads to the heart of the world. We have sort of the, we've got the back area, yeah, we've got the back area on Destiny Islands, and of course we've got that shack. So I suppose you don't really count the little secret hidden area as well as the shack. So really we've only got 2 main areas for Destiny Islands, the front part of the island and the back part of the island. But like I mentioned earlier on in the video, in Kingdom Hearts 2, of course we see different cutscenes of Kairi. You know, she's wandering around on the islands, glaring over, staring at Destiny Islands, you know, talking about, you know, this is where we grew up, sort of thing, like, I wish we could return, I wish things went back to the way they were, sort of thing. And it showed us that, you know, there is an island centered off the coast of Destiny Islands. There's actually like a huge big main island, and on the little world sort of orb or icon of Destiny Islands, we see that on the world's orb, we see that, you know, there's Destiny Islands, and then sort of there's a huge other big island. So I think as far as exploration goes for this world, I think it could be very big and expansive. I mean, Square Enix has showed that they can actually expand older worlds, and they did a good example of this with Traverse Town and Dream Drop Distance. So I think that if we possibly return to Destiny Islands, we're going to be able to explore the bigger main island centered off the coast of Destiny Islands, which includes, you know, a huge volcano, a little foresty area, and of course a big massive village, which Kairi currently was when she was, you know, during the events of Kingdom Hearts 2. She looked like she was like a schoolgirl, so she was going to school at one point. I don't really know, because she had like a school uniform on, and she had like a other friend with her and stuff who was also in the same uniform, so maybe there's like a school there or something like that. But I think exploration would definitely be really cool. Of course, they've already shown a scene where Sora picks up Eraqus's Keyblade off the coast and the beach of Destiny Islands, and of course Destiny Islands looks absolutely beautiful in that small little clip that we see. So I think if we were to return to, you know, Destiny Islands, it'd be an absolutely beautiful, amazing world. I mean, it's like a tropical island sort of thing. A beautiful world, and one of my favorites. So I think exploration on Destiny Islands would definitely be really, really cool. Okay, so finally, talking about the Keyblade that corresponds to the world. Corresponds to, you know, of course, Destiny Islands. Now, if I were to, you know, receive a Keyblade from finishing the events of Destiny Islands, I would really want something that really signifies the Palpu fruit. I mean, the Palpu fruit is so iconic to Destiny Islands. There is only one, you know, Palpu tree, or one tree that grows the star-shaped fruit located in any world, and that's what I believe Aqua said that in Birth by Sleep at the very start of the game. She said that somewhere located in like one world or something, there is a tree that grows this star-shaped fruit, and of course she's talking about the Palpu fruit in Destiny Island. So I want some sort of Keyblade. Maybe it's like orange, or maybe it's got like a Palpu fruit at the end of it, or maybe the keychains are Palpu fruit. But I want the Keyblade to signify the friendship between Sora, Riku, and Kairi, and I want a Palpu fruit somewhere slammed on there. And I don't want it to be a powerful Keyblade. Maybe it's a Keyblade that gets sort of halfway through the game. Generally, the most powerful ones you claim them, you know, towards the ending events of the Kingdom Hearts games, or, you know, get them from the secret bosses. I want this to sort of be like a halfway weapon, sort of like the Oathkeeper in a way, sort of like that thing, sort of maybe around the same design, maybe an orangey, sort of goldeny version of it with a Palpu fruit. But basically that is it, guys. That is my sort of speculated, rounded up idea for Destiny Islands. I really do hope Destiny Islands returns in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a really, really important world, so much history and meaning behind the world itself. There's quite a lot of things that could really happen with it, of course, with Master Xehanort's involvement with it. I think we're gonna learn, you know, how he left the islands itself, because we don't really know how he left there to get into the outer worlds and stuff, and I think that's gonna really be explained in Kingdom Hearts 3. And of course, Sora, Kairi, and Riku's involvement with the islands, I think that's gonna come into place as well. Possibly with them having to return for some apparent reason, I don't know. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I might be doing The Lion King in the next one, either that or Frozen, so be sure to stay tuned. But like this video to share your love, follow me on Twitter for more news and updates, and until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Peace.